Hello, and welcome to today's workshop on corporate budgeting. Thank you for joining us. Whether you manage a hotel, restaurant chain, grocery store, or other retail space, understanding how to project and control finances is key to staying competitive. This session will explore how organizations plan, allocate, and monitor their financial resources to achieve strategic goals. We'll walk through the key components of budgeting, common challenges, and best practices to ensure financial stability and growth.
What does corporate budgeting entail, you might be asking? Let's dive into that. Corporate budgeting is the process of creating a financial plan for an organization. It involves estimating revenues, expenses, and setting financial targets. This process ensures that resources are allocated efficiently and helps in monitoring performance against goals. The importance of budgeting is that it provides a roadmap for decision making, resource allocation, promotes transparency, and helps build investor trust. It also helps identify potential risks and opportunities early, enabling proactive management. We understand that hospitality businesses face unique challenges and unpredictable costs at times. A well structured corporate budget helps you anticipate these changes.
Great. Now that we know why it's important, let's look at the different types of budgets and the key components that make them effective.
Common types include operating budgets, capital budgets, and cash flow budgets. Each serves a unique purpose in managing different aspects of organizational finances. There are a few key components to highlight, such as revenue projections, expense allocations, capital expenditure planning, cash flow management, and setting financial goals. There should be a contingency plan to allocate funds for unexpected events or emergencies. A best practice is to set aside 3 to 5% of the total budget for this area.
So, how do companies actually build these budgets? Let's talk about the methodologies behind corporate budgeting.
Let's break down the essentials. Operating expenses, labor, utilities, food and beverage costs. These detail an outline for a specific period to manage day-to-day operations. Capital expenditures, renovations, technology upgrades, and new property investments. These detail an outline of a company's long-term investments, projects, and their funding. Cash flow management, ensuring liquidity during low seasons by tracking money coming in and money going out. Departmental, a financial plan that details a specific department's projected income and expenses over a set period. Project, a financial plan that estimates the total cost of labor, materials, equipment, or other expenses required to complete a project.
Of course, no process is perfect. Let's uncover some common pitfalls.
Yes, common challenges include data inaccuracies due to a reliance on outdated data, poor expense tracking, or manual errors, or lack of collaboration with each department to gain knowledge for projections, not just past data. Also, forgetting irregular expenses, like periodic costs, are often overlooked, causing disruptions when they come due. Setting unrealistic goals or having overly optimistic forecasting and revenue projections is also a challenge.
Yes, studies show that businesses often project optimistic sales figures, which can lead to overspending and cash flow shortages, which can lead to budget gaps that require emergency cost cutting or borrowing. Certain sectors are especially vulnerable due to seasonal demand swings.
That's right. Now let's take a look at strategic reasons to align with your company's goals. The budget ensures that money is allocated to projects and initiatives that are most critical to achieving the company's mission. A best practice is to link every major budget line item to a strategic initiative or KPI.
Exactly. Companies that align their budgets with strategic objectives are 60% more likely to achieve those goals compared to those that treat budgeting as purely financial exercise, according to a recent Harvard Business Review study.
Another strategic reason for informing key decisions. When faced with big decisions, a budget provides concrete financial data to guide leadership. It will help answer questions like how much can be spent on salaries, new equipment, or employee benefits. When budgets reflect strategic priorities like expansion, innovation, or sustainability, they become a roadmap for execution, not just a cost control tool. Attracting potential investors is a strategic element worth exploring as well. Lenders want to see a clear and well-structured financial plan. A detailed budget demonstrates the company's financial wealth, which builds confidence and can unlock critical funding. At this time, we'll review financial reasons to budgeting. A budget sets the spending limit for different departments and activities, which curbs overspending and prevents wasteful expenditures. This discipline is crucial for staying profitable and avoiding debt.
Exactly. Misalignment often leads to wasted resources and missed opportunities because spending doesn't support long-term objectives.
By forecasting cash inflows and outflows, a budget can help a company anticipate and prevent cash flow shortages. It ensures that there is enough cash on hand to meet financial obligations like payroll and rent. Another aspect of budgeting is that it manages debt. There is a proactive tool to monitor and reduce debt as it allows company to reserve funds specifically for loan repayments and identify areas where expenses can be reduced to free up cash. And lastly, budgeting allows for the unexpected to not hit so hard. By including that contingency fund, a budget provides a cushion against unforeseen events such as market turndowns, equipment failures, or even a natural disaster.
Right. When budgets reflect strategic priorities like expansion, innovation, or sustainability, they become a roadmap for execution, not just a cost control tool.
And it doesn't stop there. There are operational and motivational reasons, of course, and we'll highlight them here for you now. A budget helps determine the most productive use of financial resources by aligning funding with essential operations and growth initiatives. You can also measure performance by comparing actual financial performance against budgeted figures to identify variance and take corrective action. This will make management more accountable for their financial results. Communication and ownership of a budget encourages the organization to be aligned amongst management. When they understand the budget, they are more likely to take accountability of their spending and look for ways to contribute to the company's success. Another factor to consider is tax preparation, as a detailed budget simplifies the process since all revenue is organized and expensed information housed in one place, which will save time and money.
To bring this to life, let's look at a real-world example, a restaurant's profit and loss statement. What story do these numbers tell?
Here's an example. In this scenario, a restaurant experienced a net sales shortfall compared to the budget. Total net sales were $67,120, which is $6,533 below budget. Food sales and soft beverages sales underperformed by $4,452 and $703 respectively. Alcohol sales exceeded expectations by $1,726, partially offsetting losses. Merchandise and other showed a negative variance of $3,336, contributing significantly to the shortfall. The overall impact is that the total income before taxes was negative $39,983, which is $9,094 worse than the budget. The primary drivers of the negative variance were lower food and merchandise sales combined with the higher alcohol and beverage costs. We have covered a lot today. We want you to know that Flores is here to help. As your trusted partner in accounting and consulting services, we want to remind you that our team is available to support you and answer any questions you may have regarding the material discussed today.
Thank you. That concludes the workshop portion for today. If you need further assistance with understanding budgeting for your business, please reach out to our team and we would be happy to advise you. You may direct questions to our office at 619-588-2411. Thank you for attending and have a great day.